Thank you, Annette. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to be here, and let's get started on the awards. Our first award this evening will be the Man of the Year, sponsored by Pioneer Title Company. Our Man of the Year award celebrates the past and present achievements. Slow down, Brian. Celebrates the past and present achievements of an outstanding man in the greater Hermiston area. The criteria is, and I quote, demonstrates leadership through active participation in the greater Hermiston area-based business organization, is consistently involved in charitable or community service in the Hermiston area, exhibits professional accomplishments, overcomes obstacles, and displays significant innovative attributes which are beneficial to our community. Must be a Hermiston area resident and have not previously received this award. The business or organization in which he is affiliated must have been in operation for a minimum of 3 years. I think it is. Presenter of this award is Andrew Huber. Andrew, please come forward.
Good evening. Ken Huber is the owner and operator of Burns Mortuary in Hermiston. Ken has been helping families during some of the most trying times of their lives for over 25 years now in Hermiston. He enjoys giving back to the families that he works with by helping them as much as he can with the loss of their loved one. He is on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never complains. He truly has a great passion for helping people in any way possible. There are hundreds of people in the Hermiston area that I believe would agree. If Ken is not working at the mortuary, you can most likely find him pouring headstones for families' loved ones or helping a friend, a neighbor, or another family member with a project. Ken doesn't get many days off, and that doesn't seem to bother him. He takes great pride in all of his work and has amazing skills in his profession. If he sees that someone needs help, he's right there to make sure it will get done. He taught me, his son, what hard work and giving back to the community means. If your neighbor or friend needs a helping hand, you help out of the kindness of your heart. Ken has helped many neighbors and friends over the years, from helping mow their yards or plowing snow out of their driveways. While growing up, my father always volunteered and helped coach myself and my younger sisters with our sports activities. Giving back to the community has always been a major part of my dad's life. I can't see him any other way. That's just who he is. He enjoys every minute of it, and everyone around him knows that. I think it would be great for the Hermiston community members to recognize his accomplishments and what he has done for the members of this community. I run into people multiple times throughout the year that have lost a loved one and have been helped through this difficult time with my dad. And they always have great words to say about him and how much they appreciate everything that he's done for them and their family. He has a true talent for serving the community and loves Hermiston.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Chamber and all the Chamber members and the Chamber Board. This is quite an honor. when I first learned of this event just a few days ago, the first thing I thought is I hate to be in the spotlight. Tonight's for sure that night. With that being said, I can assure you that I will be very brief. I'm so thankful and grateful for my family, my wonderful bride, my children, my grandchildren, my entire family. My parents, I will forever be indebted to for the gift that they showed me at such a young age to serve others. This is something that I learned as a young boy in a small town, and I had no idea over 25 years ago when I came to Hermiston what a special community this is. This is a community that everybody pitches in when there's a need. If they're asked, they're right there. And more importantly, when they're not asked, they're right there. I can't imagine a better place to live than Hermiston. Thank you.
An award well-deserved by a gentleman and friend to many. Congratulations, Ken. Our next award is Woman of the Year. It will be presented tonight of Oh Clean and Shipping Solutions of Hermiston have teamed up to sponsor the Woman of the Year. The award criteria, and I quote, "Our Woman of the Year celebrates the past and present achievements of an outstanding woman in the greater Hermiston area. Demonstrates leadership through active participation in the greater Hermiston area-based business or organization. Is consistently involved in charitable or community service in the Hermiston area. Exhibits professional accomplishments, overcomes obstacles, and displays significant innovative attributes which are beneficial to our community. Must be a member of the area and a Hermiston area resident, and must not have previously received this award. The business or organization in which she is affiliated must have been in operation for a minimum of 3 years. And presenting this award this evening is the past Woman of the Year recipient, Luann Wolf. Luann, stage is yours.
Boy, there's all kinds of papers up here. I could probably get somebody in lots of trouble if I just thumb through these a little bit, couldn't I? But as I was listening to Brian as he was reading those qualifications for this award, I'm just really amazed to hear that the awardee has just been so justly described. Leadership, right. Service, above self. Accomplishments, my arm isn't long enough to write them on. Overcoming obstacles, every day. Yes, she has all of those attributes, but she has one more. The heart to love. You know, Mother Teresa once said, "Give your hands to serve and your heart to love." And that's a direct quote. And this so describes our awardee, and I think you will agree. Our Woman of the Year is no stranger to Hermiston, as she is a product of our community. She is a wife, a mom to two, a mentor to many, a soulmate for her friends, and she doesn't know the word spelled N-O, but rather asks, when may we get started? Or that's a terrific idea, let's go. And she does it all with a smile. As her husband notes, this is a quote, "She is at her best, most content, and absolutely shines when she is helping others to succeed." Now, her service includes hiring committees, site committees, budget committees for various entities in our area. She has been or is currently involved in 4-H, FFA, teacher appreciation activities, Festival of Trees, active within her church and on church boards, and especially involved with Special Olympics. Is she beginning to sound a little like Wonder Woman? Well, just wait. Those are only part of her projects. Our Woman of the Year currently serves on the State Advisory Council for Special Education, the Good Shepherd Community Health Foundation, and the Greater Hermiston Community Foundation. And there will be many of you who will think of her as the I Can Bike Lady. That's right. The person who raised the awareness of the National I Can Bike program that she brought to our area, a program to build success for special needs children. But she didn't stop with Hermiston. She took it across the river to the Tri-Cities. Now, I call that being neighborly. Now, 2021 marks 25 years of marriage for our awardee, and I've been able to watch her grow and mature as she went to school with our 2 younger sons. But the best is watching the Woman of the Year baton pass from a mother in 1992 to her daughter, and that makes me smile. And yes, Jason, we too pray that one day Cindy will be able to see herself through your eyes, through the eyes of her children, and through the eyes of all the people she has served. It is my honor to welcome Cindy Middleton as our 2020 Woman of the Year.
Wow. It is quite an honor, and thank you for such an introduction. I greatly appreciate that. Woman of the Year for 2020. Yikes, I wasn't quite sure what to think about that. I may have thought I was being punked at one point. But I certainly recognize it as a great honor, and feel loved in the room and by the community, and feel that I am in great company when you look at the list of the other people that have been honored at these previous banquets. So once again, thank you very much. I certainly, as Luann mentioned, would like to thank my parents, Dad included, and remember distinctly when my dad called me when I was away at college and told me that Mom was being recognized as Woman of the Year. I was a college student, didn't pay much attention, except for the fact that Mom was Woman of the Year? What is that all about? And was deeply touched by the way that my dad described what Mom was being recognized for. And he, as a man, did such a wonderful job describing the event to me and what Mom was being recognized for when I was far away in Missouri and wasn't able to attend that night. So it's fun and odd to now be in that place. I certainly want to thank my parents, this community that's sitting here, the ones that may see this online, and all that are surrounding us here in Hermiston, as well as just the larger community that we live in. I've learned, everyone, I think, has been involved in teaching me 3 major things. It's a responsibility to serve. It's a responsibility to love thy neighbor. And it's a responsibility to leave the space you're in better than when you arrived. In Kathy's words, that would mean a kitchen, but but I find that in all places, and I just greatly appreciate that lesson. And more so, I appreciate how Reed and Ryan, our children, have been taught that lesson as well. So I greatly appreciate Hermiston for being such an example and show people how to live that way, because I really think that it is a gold mine here, because we do live that way. Of course, thank you to Jason, and I'm sure he's more excited that this is all done than I am, because he worked hard to make things happen in our family this week, and I greatly appreciate that. I don't need to encourage the people in this room, but do encourage Hermiston and young Hermiston as they grow up to share those 3 philosophies of and ways of life, to serve and love and making the world a better place. We need to make sure that our community and those that may not have been here very long or that are growing up in it realize how important that is, and when that's what helps make Hermiston unique. So whether I challenge you and I encourage you that whether it's children, a stranger, or the grumpy gal in the really long line at Dutch Brothers, you can help them and show them how Hermiston people, what we believe, and how we live to love one another. So you saw me all drop my phone on the way up here. Because as much as I don't like these devices at times, there was something that I read this week that today it struck me that it would be appropriate to read this evening and share with you. It was shared by another brilliant Hermiston woman, and it is certainly something that I strive for each day. If you see someone falling behind, walk beside them. If you see someone being ignored, find a way to include them. If someone has been knocked down, lift them up. Always remind people of their worth, and one small act could mean the world to them. Thank you very much. You all mean the world to me, and I am greatly honored to be recognized this evening. Thank you.
Can you believe the energy that is held in that small stature? I do believe Cindy is the Energizer bunny in disguise. Congratulations, Cindy. Our presenter for the Educator and Administrator of the Year is Dr. Tricia Mooney. Superintendent of the Hermiston School District. Tricia, the floor is yours.
Good evening. Oh, it's hard to see some of the people in the back, the trees, but it looks great in here, Chris. It is always a pleasure to recognize district staff, tonight being the Hermiston School District 2020-2021 Educators of the Year. But before I do so, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the work and dedication of the district's 7-member school board. Chair Josh Goller, Vice Chair Karen Sherman, Second Vice Chair Bonnie Luisi, Mr. Mark Gamalski, Ms. Ginny Holtis, Mr. Brian Medeles, and Mr. Brent Pitney. As evidenced by these devoted individuals, the Hermiston community is dedicated and supportive of others. I have always felt, and I believe, that Hermiston is the best place to live and to raise a family. This evening's event is not just about time to recognize worthy individuals, local businesses, and civic organizations. Tonight is a true celebration of our community. The Hermiston community is resilient and driven to accomplish the greatest feats. Thank you to everyone for doing your part for the health and safety of our community and our students. Thanks to our dedication to each other, COVID cases in the Hermiston zip code and in Umatilla County continue to decline. Not only is that good for the health of our community, our families, and our friends, but also our youth. Thank you for doing your part to help us transition our students back into our classrooms. We will not give up until we have all of our students in our classrooms. Speaking of classrooms, it is my privilege this evening to recognize some of the heroes of our classrooms. With the shift to comprehensive distance learning, all of our teachers were, in an essence, new teachers, teaching in ways that are different from their training, all the while being innovative with ways to connect with students. The teachers highlighted here this evening are exemplars of the care, compassion, and commitment in each of the classrooms across the district. Now, without further ado, I am proud to share the virtual stage with the Educators of the Year for each building in the district, produced by this highlighted video by the Hermiston School District. And if you stick with me till the very end, I will share with you the individual recognized as the District Educator of the Year. And I do believe Mr. Kelso is going to push play, and we're going to see the video on the screen in the back.
All right, so it is my pleasure today to be able to congratulate our Teacher of the Year for Desert View Elementary. Our teacher that we selected this year is Mrs. Kara Frazier. Her nomination form came back, and what we voted on was that she's a kind, caring, and positive leader in the school, that she has this year specifically put in a lot of extra effort running our fun-having committee and really trying to boost morale in the building. Other comments about Kara from her coworkers: she has an infectious positivity. She inspires her students with her enthusiasm. She keeps kids engaged both in person and in the CDL learning. She is a go-to for staff in general with instructional methods. And she has taken on many different leadership roles in the building through leading assemblies, again, like I said earlier, through the fun-having activities, and then participation with anything that's asked for. So congratulations to Kara Frazier.
This is Lena. Lena has been with the Hermiston School District for 11 years. Of those 11 years, they have all been here at Highland Hills teaching either first grade or second grade. She spent her first year in education as a kindergarten teacher in Umatilla. She is a Hermiston graduate. Lena, not only in normal years, is energetic and passionate about teaching and learning, but this year especially, she has found a way virtually to inspire a love of learning with her students. Lena continuously reaches out to her students and their families to assist with any help they may need. She is always willing to step in and help out where help is needed. She is positive, flexible, and easily adapts with all this continuous changing and navigating of our virtual learning. She is a person who people seek in our building for support and advice. She is always willing to be a mentor and support new teachers coming to Highland. We are so thankful to have Lena as a Highland Hills Husky. Congratulations, Lena. Thank you.
I am excited to introduce Madeline Moore as Rocky Heights Educator of the Year. She is one of our kindergarten teachers, and she is a veteran teacher. She taught in Idaho for many years before coming here, so she brings a lot of experience under her belt. She is one of those teachers that kids will remember forever, even though she's their kindergarten teacher. She really facilitates the love of learning and high expectations, and she teaches kids that they are responsible for their learning. Even in kindergarten at 5 years old, you can take responsibility for your learning. She is always there for her students and their families. She is a leader on our staff. She is very supportive of every staff member, and she makes Rocky Heights really great. So thank you, Madeline, and congratulations.
Mrs. Milligan is definitely a star teacher who works her tail off to be the best for her students every single day.
Amber is one of those teachers that goes above and beyond to get to know her kids and family. She has kids in high school that still come back and hug her, and once they're her kid, they're always her kid.
Mrs. Milligan is very deserving of being Sunset's Teacher of the Year. She is so compassionate. She shines through all her teaching, including CDL. Not only is she a caring and loving teacher, but she is an amazing person that is willing to do anything for anyone. She's a star. Good job, Mrs. Milligan.
Amber is amazing. I have never known a teacher to go so above and beyond for her students. I feel so lucky to not only teach beside her, but to get to learn from her every single day. There is nobody more deserving of this award.
Amber is such a hard worker when it comes to making PowerPoints or applied learning activities for her students. She always has a way of making them engaging and exciting for all of the kids. And she just makes all of us, her whole team, just motivated and inspires us to become a better teacher every day.
Well, I want to say congratulations to Melissa Nitz for being our West Park Educator of the Year. Melissa is teaching in our resource room in special education. There are many good qualities about Melissa Nitz and many reasons why she's deserving of this award. Probably one that sticks out the most is I don't think she has a selfish bone in her body. She's always willing to do whatever needs to be done for the benefit of her kids, for the benefit of her assistants in her classroom, and for the benefit of the rest of the staff. She's very flexible, but she is so focused on doing a really good job for the kids. And that's what it's all about. The second thing is this is her first year in SPED. She was kindergarten for about 4 or 5 years before that. The transition that she's made to SPED has been phenomenal. Our resource room program has maybe struggled for the last several years for various reasons. Melissa has come right into that program, put things in order, straightened things out, isn't afraid to ask questions, isn't afraid to make hard decisions with assistants. She has really proven to be a really good teacher, especially for the first time in the SPED program and resource room at West Park. So congratulations to Melissa Nitz. Our staff and students are very proud of you. Melissa, you're very deserving.
Congratulations, Loretta Ferrer. Oh, knowing that came across that you won, filled with joy. And I want everybody else to know, Loretta busts her tail end. And this lady, how I appreciate she gets to know her students, she gets to know her families. Not only that, she brings that information back to the staff here in this building. And when we get that additional information, we can then assist the students even more. But you know what? We need to talk a little bit more about our program, because the newcomer program is its own unique entity, and it's its own unique entity and successful because of Loretta and who works with Loretta. And those additional pieces she does of home visits and dropping off materials and making those additional phone calls, all of that extra work is where I get even more excited and even more giddy, because there's not anybody else I think is in better to win this than you, Loretta. So congratulations. I'm so glad you got this award. And you know what? Keep up the great work.
Good morning. So we're in here right now. We're hiding because normally when we do Educator of the Year, we hide the family and the friends back here before we sneak them out. So what we're trying to keep a secret is our Educator of the Year. And it is my honor to introduce Sandstone Middle School's Educator of the Year, Mrs. Renee Bartley. And I'd just like to say that Mrs. Bartley is a veteran teacher, but she's open to innovative new ideas. She has the patience of a saint. She is kind and caring, supportive colleague. And when it comes to student learning in the classroom, she is a magician. It is our absolute pleasure to have her as Sandstone Middle School's Educator of the Year.
Just want to say congratulations, Renee Bartley. Even though you're a quiet leader, you are a leader that leads by example. You do a great job in this building. Keep up the great work. And again, congratulations.
Congratulations, Jordan, you were voted Educator of the Year.
All right, no way. Thank you.
Well, and that smile, or even you're showing right now, is one of the things that teachers said that when they, especially during COVID, that they said about, you always had a smile. You have a smile when they walk in your room. And I think furthermore, one of the testaments, especially during COVID, is with the kids, it's still kind of sends shivers down my spine with what you did, and and many of the teachers appreciate it, and we know the kids did, and furthermore, I think the parents really, really appreciate it. So congratulations!
Thank you. It's really nice.
Scott, another fifth grader.
Hey! Congratulations, Roger!
Congratulations!
So proud of you!
These two over here.
So, before we do anything else, say hello to your mom and dad.
This is Mom and Dad. Hey, Mom. Hey,
I'll flip that around there now.
Hey.
I have to wear my glasses. I'm fogging up. I don't know if I'm crying.
I was telling Michael, I put in one of these mints over there, and it is brutal. And I put in my mask, and it was going up in my eyes. I was walking down the street, or down the hall, and the teacher was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I just get so emotional over the office.
Like cough drops.
Oh my gosh, it was like medicine in my eyeballs. Well, thank you very much.
Congratulations to the District Office Educator of the Year, John Nitz. John is a school psychologist for the Hermiston School District and has been with us for quite a few years. He's the leader of the school psychologist / evaluation specialist team, and he also provides a lot of leadership throughout the entire special programs department. John is always nice and kind. He has a real way with helping to alleviate the concerns and worries of parents. He's a great partner for our team, and he's a great asset to our district. So thanks, John, for all that you do to help our students learn and grow here at Hermiston School District.
So, I'm here to surprise the District Educator of the Year. So come with me. Okay, it's a secret, so make sure you tiptoe. Roger Berger! Congratulations! I am here to tell you that you have been selected as the Hermiston School District Educator of the Year. School year. Have this fabulous candy basket for you. It may have had a few more things in it before I drove over here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, congratulations anyway. So, surprise! Mr. Roger Berger is the Hermiston School District Educator of the Year, and I could not be more thrilled to be here than I am right now. Roger, you have been a fierce advocate for students. You find opportunities for all of our kids to be involved. You have almost single-handedly grown all of our CTE programs with your passion for our kids and for opportunities for kids. Rarely, actually, if he didn't have a mask on, do you see this guy without a smile on his face and a cookie or some other baked good in his hand, so this is fitting. But congratulations, Roger.
I had a slight heart attack from the introduction.
Maybe this is a good opportunity for our health services kids. So, there's that. Thank you for all you do for Hermiston kids. You make Hermiston High School a great place to be, and I'm so proud of you and appreciative of all your hard work.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Spoo was a part of this surprise, and he lured Mr. Berger into this meeting by saying we were talking about hybrid instruction for our secondary students. And actually, now Mr. Berger has a full list of things. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Spoo for you guys to have this conversation about all the amazing things and ideas that Mr. Berger has for kids when we get to have him back. Have a great weekend.
There's a lot of lying. People are telling me they're trying to do things that they're not doing. It's very confusing.
That's the first time I saw that video all the way through. Mr. Roger Pope produced that, and he's amazing and a huge asset to the school district as well. So I would just like to take one more opportunity to extend my personal congratulations to each of those being recognized here this evening, and to express my gratitude for all that you do to make Hermiston the amazing community that it is.
Thank you, Tricia, for leading our district in these difficult circumstances. And thank you and Jeff for live streaming this event for those who could not be here this evening. Our live stream is supposed to be working. That is awesome. Our Merit Award of Merit, I get my merds mixed all of the time, and our Award of Merit celebrates the past and present achievements of an outstanding citizen or an organization in the greater Hermiston area, and is sponsored by the Simmons Insurance Group. The award criteria, and I quote, "This person or organization demonstrates leadership through active participation in the Hermiston community, overcomes obstacles, and selflessly contributes to the greater good of the organization with whom they are affiliated. Must be a Hermiston area business or organization and not have previously received this award. Please join me as we review a video of the presentation of this award to Doug Alvarez. So, should come up on the screen.
Hey Pops, little birdie told me that you got a Businessman of the Year award. Well deserved. Sorry we couldn't make it tonight. Would have loved to have been there. Did you think 25 years ago when you started this business that you could make it what we did? Proud of you. Whole family's proud of you.
Yeah, we are so proud of you. We're so sorry that we can't be there tonight. Gosh, it's been a fun ride that we've been on it with you, and we are just so excited for not.
We do have a couple of pictures. Is the video going to work? You don't have video, so we do have a couple of pictures, and I would say congratulations, Doug. We are hoping that you will be able to watch this when it comes onto the Hermiston Chamber's website, and you have many friends here who are cheering for your award. Congratulations, Doug Alvarez. Our final award of this evening is our Business of the Year, demonstrates a leadership as a greater Hermiston area business. The award criteria is, and I quote, the business must could operate in the greater Hermiston area and consistently be involved in charitable or community service in the Hermiston area. Must have been in operation for a minimum of 3 years, not have previously received this award. Welcome Dennis Barnett as a presenter for the Bob Severson Hermiston Rotary of the Business Year Award. Dennis?
Thank you, sir. Business, oh man. One thing we think about in our Man of the Year today, I was whining to my wife about my hours. And of course, it's tax season, it's all that fun. But when I think about Ken Huber, it's pretty easy. The Barnett has it. So even though it is tax season and we're working a whole bunch of hours, Mr. Huber's very special. So we're going to talk about Business of the Year. I have a lot of opinions about the various businesses of the year, but we'll start with this one. We're going to revert back 40 years to 1980. This individual and business was working for a potato company in the area and started his business as a side gig. No employees, just himself, and little sleep. By 1983, his sales were $32,000 for the year from his business with a net profit of 19. He had 4 children at home, and even with all that, still put $1,200 into his IRA. Pretty impressive for that time. By 2001, now we're a few years into this gig, almost 21. Sales of his business were over $400,000, with a payroll of just under $100,000, starting to employ a number of people. In the winter of 2006, he took the step and incorporated his business. Now we're fast forwarding 40 years from the start. 2020, he has become an important provider of services in a three-state area from Moses Lake, Washington to Pocatello, Idaho, with over 250 employees during the busy months. During that 40 plus years, he has become a significant supporter of everything Hermiston. He is heavily involved with the Hermiston Sports Boosters, As a board member, he also is one of the significant generators of items to be auctioned off at their annual fundraiser that raises over $100,000 a year. He's a great supporter of the Farm City Pro Rodeo, the Greater Hermiston Community Foundation, his church, the Eastern Oregon Trade and Event Center, and the building of the Hermiston High School Stadium, and much more. All of this behind the curtain with no fanfare. I once had an individual from out of the area to ask me, what does it take to be something special in Hermiston? I asked him, what do you mean? I don't understand your thoughts and what your concept was by being something special. And he said, no, you know what you're talking, you know what I'm talking about. And I said, no, really. I believe do you mean that being a group of individuals and businesses who care about our community, who answer the phone when called, and give without expectation of any special treatment in return, that is what it takes to be a member of this city we call Hermiston. If that is the requirement for being part of that Hermiston Select, whatever that definition is, then our business person of the year should be president of that club. I've been so very blessed over the last 40 years to know him, and what was really hard is I went back into my files and actually looked up things in 1988 and thought, wow, we still have that stuff around, and he's still around. So without further ado and driving you nuts, let me introduce to you the 2020 Business Person of the Year, Jake Momberg, owner of M&M Potato, and his lovely wife, Deanne. Oh, good. We get to have the red carpet treatment. You might want to get a walker. Yes, that's okay. Here it is. Go to it.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, Dennis. This is a place I do not like to be. Out in front of everybody, no. I have two sayings that I learned from my mother. It's better to give than to receive, and treat other people the way you want to be treated. I've tried to model that way in my life. The good Lord had to step in and kick my hiney a little bit, and I think he's got that pretty well done. I thank my wife. Actually, her dad was the one that got me into the business, her into the business. I'm third generation. It's as she tells the story. I don't know. This town is so giving. It's hard not to support it, and I don't know. It's just tough. I think I'm done. That's enough. Thank you. I appreciate everything. Like I say, it's been a fun ride, and we look to go on a few more years. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jake, the Baumberg team, and M&M Potato for all that you have done to keep our community growing and vibrant. Well, As we wrap up our evening, video? Got a video.
Hey Pops, little birdie told me that you got a Businessman of the Year award. Well deserved. Sorry we couldn't make it tonight. Would have loved to have been there. Did you think 25 years ago when you started this business that you could make it what we did? Proud of you. Whole family's proud of you.
Yeah, we are so proud of you. We're so sorry that we can't be there tonight. Gosh, it's been a fun ride that we've been on it with you, and we are just so excited for not only where we are today, but also just where we're going in the future and how much more that can be done.
Yeah.
So super proud of you and look forward to celebrating you when we get back. And sorry we missed it.
Love you.
Love you too.
Thank you. As we wrap up our evening, I ask that you take a close look inside your program for an insert that lists all of the businesses that have graciously donated to making your tables so incredibly special. Please stop by as you are around town and say thank you for their support of our community. Join me in a big thank you to our platinum sponsor, ISU The Stratton Agency, award sponsors Pioneer Title and Escrow, Shipping Solutions of Hermiston and Oso Clean, Simmons Insurance Group, and our table sponsors, Affordable Family Eyewear, Bank of Eastern Oregon, Best Western Hermiston Inn, Christensen Realty Group, City of Hermiston, East Oregonian, Legacy Financial, Rover Security, Swain Motors, and Harley Swain Subaru. Thank you to all of those. What a year. Certainly one to remember with masks, social distancing, schools and businesses closed. Each of you and those watching have kept Hermiston alive and vibrant and looking towards the future with hope in our hearts. We are in this together, and together we will go forth. Thank you for your continued support of Hermiston's Distinguished Citizens Award Banquet. It takes willing friends and hands and businesses to pull this event together. And you are a big reason why it is so successful. One final action that we have before we leave. Have you noticed the beautiful table centerpieces designed by chrysanthemums? Before we part, please count off at your table. Someone will take home a centerpiece. Now, can you count to 4 over here, Dennis? If you go ahead. Everyone count. Got your count? Ready? Number 3 is the winner tonight. Take home and enjoy. As we leave, I am reminded by a saying of Kubur Helsinki. He said, "Service is a sign of our active connection to life." Service is a sign of our active connection to life. Drive safely and Godspeed. Good night and thank you for coming.